Welcome home and welcome back. I'm Dominic Raphael and this is up in Canada. Ironically, or is it irony loves company? You see, I arrived at the undisclosed location as I normally do, at least once a week, just to get away from the riffraff of downtown Winnipeg. And over the days that I have been here, one thing became very clear. The moment I stepped foot on this undisclosed location, there was a lot of traffic that ramped up. Now, what might be the reason? Well, more often than not, up in Canada, people do not get respect the way they should. Instead, up in Canada, it works on a different scale. Most people don't believe it, but respect is earned. It's not granted and it's not given. So why would somebody want to profile an individual? More often than not, it's somebody who has an opinion. And if you are criticizing the system and all of its governing bodies around you, that tends to get people upset. Now, why is this? Well, for one, the monetary system has been a plague, not an enhancement in human capacity and ability, but it's been more of a plague across the planet. Because instead of people truly knowing the value of their life and the value of the people around them and the value of every utopia and every topography in their given countries, they stop thinking about those qualities of life, those arbiters, or is the word attributors to their life. Instead, they've chosen a monetary system where you cannot live a normal life unless you're earning wages or working for somebody else to earn those wages in order to earn the capacity and ability to own property or own real estate or own businesses and corporations on the planet. I was watching a YouTube video just the other day, and it dawned on me that what its main correspondence or its main message is that the reason there is so much turmoil and turbulence and discord around the world and in your own backyard, the reason for that is because of the monetary system. You have politicians and other groups that are changing laws as it suits them. And when you have the monetary backing for that change, it becomes a very selfish endeavor by whoever's taking it on. Lobbyists would be the first one that comes to mind, because lobbyists only go after what they believe in their own small mind and way of thinking that this will benefit them. It's not about what benefits human society as a whole, but as an individual. This is a very selfish approach to living on this planet because, as I said in past videos, none of this is owned by any individual. It is like your father and mother giving you reign over all the abundance around you. What is disturbing is that so many people, corporations, politicians, and political parties, and others of self-interest, they distort that capacity. They distort it so that it's all about them. Now, what brings me to this conversation? Again, it is the inability for humans to be human when it is operating and existing in a monetary system. At one time in life, in history, if I'm not mistaken, bartering was a way of helping out one neighbor to another, or a friend, or to a family member. That was what you did. But it's no longer like that. It is how much that you can earn or charge in order to justify your existence. It really is a sad state of affairs. Now, I've only been at this location for under 15 minutes now, and there has been 7 vehicles that have passed by, and I am in the boondocks. Honestly, it's the middle of the day. Most people who have property out here are working out here, but these people that have been passing by and sticking their neck out of the window to see what's going on is just disturbing. Disturbing in the sense that are they missing something in their own life where they have to, put their nose in someone else's? Again, this is what constitutes the monetary system. If a person or individual or lobbyist or group try their hardest to maintain the norm, or what they conceive as being the norm, which is whatever their personal life happens to be at the time, it is reflected in everything around them. All of the bylaws and laws and lobbyists around them, the corporations around them, the politicians around them, political parties around them. It is a heartbreaking sense of no meaning in life. Going back to this video I had watched the other day, it said that the biggest problem with human beings is they're thinking too much. And I had to wonder, how is that? How does that evaluate or put equilibrium into that statement? Is that not what human beings do? Is they think a lot. But maybe it's the perception of their view, or the distorted view that they've had through their generational gene tree and conditioning, which is pretty much what has become of the modern world. It has been conditioning since time began. And that conditioning is starting to shake loose because nobody's feeling right about what they're doing. Nobody's feeling fulfilled about what they do or what they try to computate in their own mind as to what life is about, or what is involved with existing. I think if I was to point out one individual, and I'm sure I don't even have to mention his name, you'd already know who I'm talking about. He does not think on that same level of primitive thought. His thought is much more escalated into a utopia of the future. Like, you see it in film, in TV series, and you see it in so many other areas that the establishments try to continually bombard you with a type of notion as to why you exist, or how you exist, how you are to serve others. That's not the case. You do not serve others. You can help others, but you do not serve others. That's why the establishment is now coming back to what brought us to where we are today. Slavery in the past, using religion to quantify your existence, or being used as a pawn on this huge universal chessboard. The trend needs to stop, and that's the direction it's going.